Stuck on one. Starting the broadcast. Let's go. Starting live broadcast. Oh, broadcast failed. Now let's do this again. Hey, 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 hey. All right. Well, anyway, I'm live here on YouTube, and we're working on it on our Facebook page right now. But good morning to all of you, Grand Risings. And we're working on this so good. We're just going to believe God that we can work this out because God is yet moving, and I know it. And I know that God is working on our behalf because you know what? He's a great God. He's an awesome God. And it is so funny. But you know what? I'm going on what I have right here. If you could let everybody know that we're on here, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and something is stalling me here, but I don't know what it is, but I know what to do. I know what God is doing. And I know that because we're working on this so hard that it's just the trick of the adversary trying to get us not to get on. But where there's a will, there's a way. You know it, I know it. Those of you that are joining us on this here YouTube today, and eventually it will be Facebook, just work with me here, just work with me, work with me, work with me. I'm just going to just say, hey, we just start it again. That's all. Just bear with me. And as we work together here, we know that God is well able to do anything but fail. Stay with me on here, and I'm working as we work together. We having all kinds of technical difficulties, but you know how I feel about that. For every mountain, God has brought us over. For every trial, he'll see us through. For every blessing, it is hallelujah. And for this, I give God praise. You know I'm going to give him praise, right? I'm going to give him the praise that is due to him. And because I want this to work, I'm going to believe him for it. And you know what I'm going to do? Just allow God to do this. So anyway, as we get ready for this, there we are. So we're on Facebook also. Just got it going on my end. But we're on YouTube as we come on. Let everybody know we're on, and just let's make it work. I'm not giving up. I tell you, no matter what the challenges are, I'm making it work. And I'm believing God for it. I just can't stop. I just can't stop. As you're coming on, sharing it with people, share it with some people on here that we're on, and we're getting ready to go forth. And some of you don't give up like that. You know, I'm fighting. As you know, we were talking today on I'm the One broadcast with Apostle Stephen Davis. We're going to recover all without fail. Without fail. Thank you, Sister Emily. I'm glad you joined me. Others are joining. Those of you that are on YouTube, thank you for joining. I got to share my page with others. I got to get this out here also. I thank you for working with me. Whew. It is indeed a tussle, but I won, and I thank you all for working with me. Because I am determined to get this together. I am determined to come on and share what the Lord has given me. I pray it went down like that. Yep, that's my prayer. Make sure I did it right. Even if I ended up sharing it twice, I did it. And I pray that you are there on YouTube, that the Lord is blessing you right now. Thank you all for joining us on YouTube. To family, I'm just excited about that. Because every time I turn around, the enemy is testing me. But I don't give in. I won't give up because I know that that's what God is doing. He's working things out. And some things is just a push against your what God is doing in your life. Don't give in. Don't give out. Just stand still and see the salvation of God. So let's move right into what God is saying about our lives. I want to thank all of you. Thank you for those of you that are pushing with me, letting people know that we're on our Facebook to the best of our ability, doing what we know to do best. That's a blessing. And I want to thank you for that. We want to get in here. I want to talk about own the moment. I want to get right in here and own the moment. I need for you to own the moment. Responsibility for what God has spoken. Let's jump right in. Let's just as the enemy wants to make it like you can't do it, I'm believing God that we can, and that's what we shall do. We will do what God has given us. Amen. There I go. All right. So let me bring this moment of truth to us. And for all of you that are working with me, I thank you for the tenacity to do so. Because it takes work. You got to push with everything you have. And I'm praying that all of you join me in that. Don't give up. And thank you for praying for our producer. He's like, oh my God. I said, don't worry. We got this. We got it. Yep. Thank you. Okay. So, just try it. All right. So anyway, let's just get this going for what we got to say. Revelation creates responsibility, and what God reveals, He expects us to steward. Revelation reveals responsibility. That's what God is doing. Everything that He reveals to us, guess it creates responsibility. That's the core truth, and I want to jump right in it. I'm praying that you catch this right away. Since we got to own the moment, say I own it. I own the moments that God gives me because I understand I'm taking responsibility for what God has spoken. I take the responsibility for what God has spoken. I'm still stirred from the broadcast. I am the one. And so forgive me for that. I'm just excited about it. But revelation creates responsibility for everything that God reveals to us. It creates a responsibility. Revelation creates that responsibility. What God reveals, He expects us to steward. He expects us to cover and cover well, to steward it well. So let's look at how that goes. We have been entered a season where God has spoken clearly. I want to make this clear. I know that God has spoken to many of you very clear. He's made some things clear to you about direction, and what He hasn't made very clear, He's clearing for you. He's giving you examples. He's giving you, shown you examples, rather, I want to say, and allowed you to hear Him speak clearly and precisely about the things that He wants to do in your life. Okay, He said that to you. The question is no longer, what is God saying? Hear that, Pearman. It's not what is God saying. The question is, what are you doing with what God has already said? That's why there's a fight to come on. Because as we have entered this first quarter, He's no longer saying, what is He saying? He said, what are you doing with what the Lord has said? That is a question, and it gets to me. There's sometime I walk through the back of on the other side of the sanctuary, and I walk past some things that are there, and He said, what have I told you? What are you doing with what I've spoken to you to do, for you to do? This is why I know it's clear. He doesn't have to say, what did I say? What have you done with what I've already spoken to you? Can't let the weather be your holdup. That's what He was speaking to me. There's some things you can still do. I have to overcome what was holding me back when weather takes place. There's a familiar spirit that's with that for me. I'm giving you a clarity piece right here. I really am. I'm letting you know. I'm like a hibernated bear. I can go into hibernation as soon as it gets like this. We haven't had winter like this in a long time, and so I know I got people on here that know me, and I can just go right back in. Good to see you in here, Rochelle. I prayed for you. I prayed, and God promised He was working something out on your behalf. Couldn't understand what it was, but He said, I'm working something out on her behalf. So I was, I almost committed to staying Well, I can just wait until we can get to May to get some of this done. He said, well, what have I given you already that you need to do? So he said, what are you doing with what I've already said? The question is, what are you doing with it? Can we tell the truth? Hey, Cynthia Mayo, my auntie, I'm so glad you're on here, doing a great work for the Lord. So what are you doing with what I've already said? What are you doing? What are you doing with it? There's something that was going on with one of my prayer partners, and I knew they weren't really well. And the Lord said, what have I given you that you can help? So there's things that God is speaking to us about, and we need to deal with it. We need to deal with it. Oh, isn't that something, going up to 73 degrees? Isn't that just peachy? Okay, all right. So many believers are inspired, but not, but are inactive. We all have been inspired, but we are inactive. Encouragement, but unchanged. You know, this yesterday morning when I got some news about one of our members, great young lady, and I want you to pray for her, Diane Rose. Her daughter passed on yesterday morning, and it kind of shook me because I'm always encouraging her daughter, whether she's in church, not in church, wherever it is. I'm going to ask about her daughter. I'll talk to her daughter because her daughter just touched my heart just that way. And as I shared that, and I was praying for her, and I said, wow, you can come in one way and you never know what's facing you on the other side of that door when you leave. How much do we need to pray ye one for another? How much do we need to share the love of God one for another? How many times do we need to let people know that I love you, okay? I love you, and share that and mean it. There are many times I tell people, I really do care about you. I love you. I want you to be blessed. I hold relationships very dearly to me because I want people to know that tomorrow is not promised. Not that you got to go anywhere, but I may be leaving this earth. But I want you to be assured of one thing. When I leave, you know that I love you. You know that I care about you and that I believe in what God has called you to do. When I say this to you, that many believers are inspired but inactive, encouraged but unchanged, I want you to be more than just inspired. I want you to be active in what God is speaking to you. I don't want you to just be encouraged but unchanged. I want you to be encouraged and changed and motivated to do what God has called you to do. That's what I'm called to do here on this broadcast. The one thing I'm learning, and I watch with the producer, is that he comes up with different things, or we sit down, we come up things together, and he'll say, well, let's work it, let's get it going, because we've learned from one another. He wants to see this broadcast go out to touch the hearts of people. He's learned so much more about how people are dependent upon the voices of people who have destiny in their throat, in their body, that's going to speak out through the volume of their voice. He's learned it, and he's pushed it even in himself. I'm just saying it's just something that's happening. So we need to know the first quarter will not be remembered by what you heard, but what you own. What do you own in this first quarter? I know I need to slow down, but I just got to get this out because I want people to know that it's important. When you hear me talk about Wortham and you hear me call her name, it's because I remember her coming to the church. But she just had no reason to just come by. She just came by on her way back and would stop by the church and make it a business and then still drive home. She didn't have to. Okay, she didn't have to. The Welches was recommended to our church through someone who was at New Birth on the prayer call. Okay, those are the things I don't forget, and I have to pause. It's important. So there comes a moment when inspiration expires, people, and responsibility begins. You can be inspired all you want to, but there comes a time when that expires and responsibility now begins. It begins. God doesn't keep speaking because we didn't hear. He keeps speaking because we didn't move. Yeah, I have to take me a pause right here. Because we didn't move. We didn't move. And we know it. Oh my God. We didn't move. This is the moment where faith stops applauding and starts building. This is when we start building. Okay, so today, I always say to the Lord, so today, Lord, we take ownership not of perfection, but of obedience. I want to take ownership of obedience to do what you've called me to do. And sometimes it seems to be a lazy obedience. I'm not going to kid you. I have to say, Lord, help me to pick myself up. Okay, maybe you don't have to do it, but I have to do that. Okay, and so Luke 12 and 48 says out of the Message Bible, great gifts mean great responsibilities. Greater gifts mean greater responsibilities. Okay, Romans 12 and 14 and 12 out of the Messenger Bible. So tend to your knitting. You've got hands full taking care of your own life before God. I want to let you know there's something, responsibility follows revelation. You know, one thing, I got a revelation, but there's a responsibility to it. God never reveals without expecting response. He expects a response from us. He expects us to do something with that we have gotten. I feel that in my spirit. Okay? God never reveals without expecting response. Even when he reveals love to you, there's got to be a response to the love that you're getting. I know that. I'm telling you. So he said, we live in an age of endless information, but shallow, it's a shallow follow through. That's what I'm trying to say. All this information, but lightly follow through. God is not asking for more prayers. He's asking for a follow through. Because people can pray heaven down, but they don't follow through on their prayers. We know it. You know it. I know it. Can we tell the truth about it? Can we just say the truth? That's what's really getting us. Ownership removes excuses. You know, I was celebrating the people that came out to the service on Sunday, you know, who came out. You know, they really put aside a lot and they said, look, I'm going. And they did it along with me, my mom, my sister. Somebody said, well, y'all have to do it. We don't have to do anything. I keep telling people that. We're human beings with decisions that we made just like you. We chose it because we wanted to be in the house of the Lord, and we understand the power of ministry. That's all it is, a decision we made. Oh, and so excuses delays destiny. The more we make excuses, the more we delay our destiny. And I know you understand that. I want to go into it, but I can't. So it's like I'll start when things calm down. I'm waiting for confirmation. I don't feel ready. And sometimes you'll never feel ready. Now, I want to talk to some people on that because the Lord said, I can take my time, but I want to make sure I utilize your time correctly. So look, I'll start when things calm down. You know, we've been using some of these excuses forever. I'm one of those that would say, I'll start this, you know, after when the springtime comes, I'll get into it. Some things you can utilize like that. You know it. If we're guilty, we're just guilty. But some things you can't wait until it calms down. You got to start right in the middle of the battle. You got to start in the middle of the battle. I'm waiting for confirmation. You already got a confirmation. You done had 85 confirmations since you've been on this broadcast and you still haven't moved. I don't feel ready. You may not ever feel ready until you actually start doing it. Now, I want to ask a question. How many people on here know that you had to make some moves and you still didn't feel ready when you made the move? It wasn't until after you started walking it out that you started feeling some readiness. How many know that you were talking about you were waiting for confirmation and you were telling a lie? Now, I want to talk to us that told that lie. Us. Matter of fact, let's come a little closer. I want to talk to you and me. You remember that time we told that lie? I'm waiting on confirmation. You know the Lord spoke to you and I. Something my producer said. Okay. Okay. You know it. Can we be truthful? If so, that one right there, you want to put in a 1 1. That means 1 and 1 equal 2. We're in agreement. Look, it's important because we lied to ourselves. And then we were telling other people, I'm just waiting on a confirmation from God. Me too. You know you would. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the truth. How about the fact that you know you had a confirmation, and the truth is you know that there were things that you should have done, you didn't do, and there were people you should have been walking with, but you played that game and they kept going because they weren't waiting on you anymore. And now you're trying to get them to slow down so you could get with them, but you're afraid to tell them, I got to catch up. Oh, let me raise my hand. I'm raising my own hand. What you doing? You trying to hit the camera? No, I'm just letting you know I'm raising my hand. Cause there's some folks I was trying to act like that like they got to slow down for me. But the truth of the matter is that I I gotta catch up with them. Okay, you don't want to say nothing. I know you don't want to say nothing. I'm gonna say it for you. I love you so much. I'm gonna tell the truth. You got to catch up, but you're trying to act like you didn't. Oh no. It was a mere misunderstanding, right? Okay, I'm telling the truth. So readiness comes after obedience, not before. Readiness comes after obedience. Okay, I could say I don't have enough people to do this. I don't have enough people to do that. I wish I had enough people to do this. All right. Okay, so this is how the first quarter shifts. Ownership looks like starting the habit of learning how to complete some things, making the call, changing the schedule. Kenneth, okay, Kenneth, okay, okay. Changing the schedule, honoring the boundary, obeying promptly. There's some things I just got to get going, and I can't wait on people. Even though there's some people that's like, I'm really going to do it. Just give me time. You can't wait on them. You just can't, because they'll hold you up, and they know they're holding you up. And even though they may get mad, they say, I told you I was going to do it, and you just went on without me. You can't wait. That's all I need to say. Some of you already know this thing. So that's how the first quarter comes to. So when you look around, we got to say to the Lord, Lord, we're going to stop delaying obedience. We're going to stop delaying obedience. We're going to own this moment. We're going to take responsibility for your word, and we will move in what you call us to do. We got to do it. We got to do it. Because you know what? Consistency over convenience makes the difference. I can finish this. Thank you, Lord. Consistency over convenience. Building what lasts in the first quarter. Building what lasts in the first quarter. Come on, people. We can do it. Even when we break it down, I heard people tell me, well, look, I don't know. If you could have saw when I asked people just to send me what they would like to have done in the first quarter, the first thing I saw people do was they would say, I don't know, or they never responded. Because it was hard for people to take the time just to make the time. Now, I'm not jumping on you like to make the time to say, let me just share what I would like to see myself accomplish in the first quarter. If you couldn't take the time to just write out one of 3 things I would like to see done, wow. That lets you know right there was an issue. That's all. It's only help us to recognize we couldn't take the time to put it out there. You may say, I wrote it down, Bishop, but I couldn't be accountable to someone. Because if someone knew what I was trying to do, they may decide to talk. And then I know because they know what I'm saying, even though they may not put out what I'm saying, but just because they know it and they're going to talk, I'm going to feel convicted. You're going to feel convicted anyway. Because I pray that God would not let you rest until you begin to see the importance of who you are and that you have something that you can do in that first quarter, that when you finish it, you're going to feel proud of what God has allowed you to do. Yeah, okay, right. So, breakthrough is exciting. Consistency is transformative. It makes a big transformation, but it's transformative. And so when you look at how revelation creates responsibility and ownership removes excuses and obedience starts movement, it really does. Don't just start, stay. Oh, that's what people get mad at me about. I'm always getting stuff like that. You know, I will call people. That's why people don't tell me stuff to my face. They tell it to other folk. That's right. They tell it to other people. Oh, he don't do this. I have called people up months, years, a year and a half, 2 years, call them up. What do you want to do? I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. What do you want to do with this? You keep telling me, or you'll say to somebody, I really think I need to do this. And I call and say, how do you want to work this? Let's work with this. Let's get you busy. Let's get you on track. Let's do this. Crickets. Because I'm not no joke when it comes to that. Crickets. Okay? And it ain't from them. It's some noise in the background. You will always have to check out something. I always tell people, check out what people be saying when they talk to you. Oh, nobody want to help me. Nobody. And I'll listen. I say, nobody wants to help you. Have you talked to this person? You mean even your mentor? Oh, nobody. And I'll listen. Okay? Because I want to hear something. Because see, there's got to be somebody that has spoken in your life. Either A, you have turned down the responsibility to stay to learn what you need to learn, or you just decided to walk off because you didn't get what you wanted. You wanted a position over learning what you needed to learn that would have took you past a position. Ain't no good humor truck here giving you no ice cream. I'll check. I've done that so many times and people look at me and say, he didn't want to help me. Lies they tell. Because I'm going to find out. I'm going to listen to you. And when I'm listening, I'll say, well, it's time to get busy. Come on, let's go. I'm giving you a little time to tell me what you're going to do. What do you want to do now? What do you want to do? How are we going to get this going? Oh, pastor, oh, bishop, oh. And some of us have done it. That's on here right now with your own pastors, your own prayer warrior leaders, those who are trying to get you ready for the step. And then when they try to move you, Corinne is so funny. Okay. And so when they try to move you into place because it gets deeper than what you're ready for, then you shun back, but you don't tell the people that you lied to about it. You don't tell them that's the real reason. You act like, oh, it's on the other person. We have to take responsibility. And what is that responsibility? I didn't stay to that place. I didn't stay where I could learn the depths of it. And I don't mean you had to lead the church or nothing. I didn't stay with the individual that they could take me into the deep waters and show me how to do more than tread water. Okay, that's all right. So God is not impressed by starts. He's moved by the finishes. That's why David was able to do so well. He learned how to finish. I learned how to finish. Oh my goodness. I haven't been here all these years for naught. I learned how to finish. The stuff that the Lord had to allow me to go through, there's scars all over me from it. I had to learn how to finish. Oh God. Still got things I got to finish. It takes a lot. Convenience will always fight consistency. Convenience will always fight consistency. You know what I tell people when they say they stay home from church? And I'm going to hurt your feelings, some of you. Convenience. I'm tired. Ain't never tired from going to work, though. I'm tired, but I go to work. I got to get that check. If I don't get no check, I can't pay my bills. I'm achy. You stay home sometime when you're achy. But you go to work with the hip and the wrappings and all that other stuff, and then took all your pills, and you get to work. I'm not hitting on you for the back. I'm just saying you do what you need to do to get through what you need to get through. But when they come to God, we make all kinds of excuses. We'll let convenience, you know what? I can watch it on TV. I'm going to put it on the screen. And while you're on the screen, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're laughing, you're answering the phone, you're doing all of those things. So that becomes distractions when the word is coming forth. This is the truth. It happens to us. Even right now, some of y'all trying to do a couple of things. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Okay. Anyway, convenience will always fight against consistency, but consistency builds confidence, and it does. So I said to the Lord again, teach me how to build, to stay faithful, and when it's no longer exciting, help me to stay. That's all. When I bring a reality point, don't get upset and want to throw things around. He can get on my nerve. Talk to God. I bet you won't throw him around. Galatians 6:9 says, let's not allow ourselves to get fatigued doing good. At the right time, we will harvest a good crop if we don't give up. Message Bible. Luke 16 verse 10. If you're honest in small things, you'll be honest in big things. If you're honest, a lot of people are not honest. Consistency is spiritual discipline. Consistency builds muscles. The most spiritual people aren't the loudest. They're the most consistent. They're not loud. Okay? That's it. Convenience kills momentum. That's all. I got to make sure I got that in there. If obedience depended on mood, it will never last, because we're some moody people. That's right. Prayer only when inspired. Discipline only when motivated. Faith only when comfortable. All of that comes into play. Consistency creates confidence. And I know that's right, because that's the only thing that's helped me. Being consistent has given me confidence. And confidence grows when you keep showing up. I keep showing up. I keep showing up. I get here and I show up. I show up. I show up. I show up. That's what I do. I show up. I show up. That's what I've done here today. I showed up. And that's how I'm ending this word right here. I'm showing up. It took a lot to get here today, but we kept working and we show up. And sometimes I wonder, and I pray and say, God, let this help people. Maybe I pray that people will show this and share this with many of their friends. Like it, follow, put the thumbs up. I'm asking you all to do that. It helps the algorithm in the broadcast. To do that. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, I need you to subscribe. If it's your first time joining us, if you haven't subscribed, to subscribe to the page. Those are the things I'm asking for you to do, because it makes a big difference. I don't want you to just sit there and go, oh, whatever he said, look, I'm finished, baby. I got what I needed. Don't be that way. Don't just be a taker. Be a participator. When I go on Apostle Davis's broadcast, I share. I'm so encouraged when I'm with Bishop Leaphart and we're sharing. I share. We'll be on tomorrow on the Bell International Prayer Call, sharing together. Yeah, that's what you do. And that's how you build. And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for Apostle Davis. I'm grateful for Lorraine and Vera. They make me laugh so y'all don't even understand. But I'm grateful for the people that I met because they've been very consistent. Very consistent. I'm grateful for the people I met at Refresh. When I come through the doors, no matter where I went, they caught me. But they were very consistent. The people from New Birth, the Bell International Prayer Call, consistency. But I've been consistent in their lives also. I show up. And people respond to you when you show up. When we show up, they respond. Consistency makes the difference. You know, to Auntie with Betty Carter, good morning. To all of you on here, Annette Reed and Helena, good morning. Jada, hey Jada, good morning. Leah, Lead down there in Wilmington, North Carolina, good morning. You know, all of you, good morning. Bertha, I met her, good morning. You know, just want to say that to you because I'm so grateful I came into contact with you. Corinne, who came here last year to pray on the Mount, can't ever forget her. I guess she said, you ain't gonna never forget me, you know. And she, you know, just met her. That's Wasidra's sister, an extension of her, Wasidra's family, another family member that I got to meet and talk with. You know, so I'm glad. And to Beth Daniels, I'm so grateful. So I want to say to all of us today, you know, share your love with somebody today. Encourage them, not because it's Valentine's week and we got to get roses and all of that stuff. We should share love with people all the way around. I'm missing that I haven't gotten out with my friends that had a brunch, lunch or something with them because I always do something because I want to let them know I care. I'm about to cry because I'm grateful for the people that have touched my life. You have no idea. My auntie, you know, I'm praying for her because I know she's going to have surgery soon. And that means a lot to me. I want her to go in and come out and have them knees together so maybe she can get to dance in. We're grateful for you and Deborah Sloan and all of those and Jill. I'm just praying for everyone. So as you know, we're going to get ready to end this broadcast. And as I'm going to ask all of you, watch this. This is so funny. I heard the Lord say $4. That was it, 4. The power of 4. The power of 4. Now, everybody, we should be able to do that. Some of you can give for other people after you do for yourself. You first. Then you can bless somebody else. And somebody else you want to see God manifest some things in their life, then you can do it 4 or 5 times if you want to. Or 5 people that you found that you say, hey, I got 5 people I want to see do this. Thank you, Apostle Olive M. Bauer. Listen, I know that God's got to be doing something for you because all I heard when I read the name, it was like, I'm turning everything upside down and right side up. That means everybody was taking you under, they going under, you coming up out of it. They don't even know what they did to you. Now they're going under, you know, and I'm just saying that. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, Rochelle, and for Felicia Butts and your husband. I'm so grateful for you. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. Thank you for putting this on here because I don't have it where you can show how to give. You can give through Cash App, $ Kenneth, Kenneth, Pearman, Pear. Thank you, MAN. You can Zell it. You see what Dr. Beth Daniels has it up. And so I'm just praying that you get all of us for manifestation, but start with you first. And then think about the person that you would like to see God do something for and say, for them, Lord. But start with you. Start with you. Oh my God, I felt that. I felt that. I just felt like I wanted to hug so many people um, today. I just felt like that today. And I ask you again to play for our um, Diane Rose and the passing of her daughter. That God will give her new strength because this is very rough for her, as it is for anyone that has lost a child. So I ask you to pray for her, that God can continue to strengthen her in this hour. Amen. So I'm going to end this broadcast, but as I get ready to end it, I just want you to thank you for joining me today. We're going to do our best to be here tomorrow. If you know me, I'm going to be consistent and keep pushing. And thank God for our producer, please. Please do. Oh, but there's my auntie. Yeah, I want you to know I love you, auntie. I love you. I love you. You and Dayton Senior and Dayton Junior and my and your beautiful, wonderful daughter. She is so funny, looking beautiful all the time. So I thank you all for joining me, Wortham. I always appreciate you. You just don't know how much. So I made sure. And Betty Carter, I see she's on here. I can see some of the people, and I can see that there are people on here, Venus over on YouTube, and some folks that's on YouTube. Thank you for joining me on the Tube family. I just feel like being thankful, and I thank you today for just being a blessing. I just know great things are about to happen. I feel like an explosion of God's blessings are going to take place this week like never before. I really do. I think I saw Elder Mims on today, and I believe God for him, that God's going to do something for him and his son and Kiki and his wife. One day they're going to take me to lunch. We're going to all go to lunch. They got to take me. I just want to hang out with y'all because Ronald and Kiki, they funny. They are funny. You hear me? So I just want to see that happen. Looking forward to seeing you all come up for Prayer on the Mount. That's July the 8th through the 10th or 11th. I get it together. But you're going to like the thing. We're going to have everything up probably by the end of this week, and you'll be able to get everything going so you can be here with us in July. Don't miss it. Please plan to come. I need for all of you to come. I need for all 150 people to show up. That's right. Come into the Poconos and watch what God is about to do for you. Get ready. Tell your friend, I want you to go with me to the Poconos. Girl, I can't. Yes, you can. Brother, yes, you can. You can go. We're going to get you. We're going to get to come up here. All right. Have a blessed day, everybody. Look to see you tomorrow morning right back here for a Spiritual Warriors table, because our first quarter, we're going to end it strong, getting ready for our second. Bye for now.